Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiv Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiriye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 20th. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructs Sanatan Goswami in the science of the absolute truth. Text 274. Daivat Shubhita Dharminnayam Swasyam Yonu Parapuman Adhatta Viryam Sasuta Mahattattvam Hiranmayam. At a time beyond memory, after agitating the material nature into three qualities, the Supreme Personality of Godhead placed the semen of innumerable living entities within the womb of that material nature. Thus, material nature gave birth to the total material energy known as Hiranmaya Mahatattva, the original symbolic representation of the cosmic manifestation. So this is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Kapila is explaining to his mother the relationship between the Supreme Personality of Godhead and material nature. He is informing her how the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the original cause of the living entities who are conditioned by material nature. Over and above the 24 elements of the material creation is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes. Life comes not from matter, but from life itself. Means life does not come from all these elements of material nature. Life comes from Mahavishnu, who is living. As explained in the Vedas, Nitya Nityanam Chetna Chetan. The Supreme Lord is the original source of life. Kalavritya tu mayayam gunamayam adhokshajam purushenatma bhutena viryam adhatta viryavam. In due course of time, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mahavaikuntanath, by the agency of an expansion of his personal self, Mahavishnu, placed the seed of the living entities within the womb of material nature. So again, different shlokas to explain the same phenomena of how the living entities come into in the material world. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam. This verse tells how the living entities come in contact with material nature. Just as a woman cannot beget children without uniting with a man, material nature cannot beget living entities without being in union with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the living entities come from the body of Mahavishnu. Yes, Sadashiva brings those living entities. But Lord Sadashiva is not the origin of all the living entities. There is a history of how the Absolute Lord becomes the father of all living entities. In every system of religion, it is accepted that God is the supreme father of all living entities. According to Christianity, the Supreme Father, God, provides the living entities with all of life's necessities. Therefore, they pray, give us this day our daily bread. Any religion that does not accept the Supreme Lord as the absolute Father is called a cat of dharma, or a cheating religion. So every religion accepts Supreme Lord as the absolute Father. It's just given different names to it and different explanations of how he is the Father, but nevertheless, he is a Father. So, cat of dharma means those who don't believe, those who are atheists, those who believe in whatever the living entities come from void or whatever. So that is called cat of dharma, or a cheating religion. Such religious systems are rejected in Srimad Bhagavatam. Only an atheist does not accept the omnipotent Supreme Father. If one accepts the omnipotent Supreme Father, he abides by his orders and becomes a religious person. तबे महत्त्व हैते त्रिविध अहंकार यहाँ हैते देवतेन्द्रिय भूतेर प्रचार. First, the total material energy is manifested, and from this arise the three types of egotism, which are the original sources from which all demigods, controlling deities, senses, and material elements expand. The three types of egotism, ahankar, are technically known as Vaikarika, Tejas, and Tamas. The Mahatattva is situated within the heart or Chitta, and the predominating deity of the Mahatattva is Lord Vasudeva. The Mahatattva is transformed into three divisions: Vaikarik, or egotism in goodness, Sattvic Ahankar, from which is manifested the 11th sense organ, the mind, whose predominating deity is Aniruddha. And second, Tejas, or egotism in passion, Rajas Ahankar, from which are manifested the active and knowledge-acquiring senses, along with the intelligence, whose predominating deity is Lord Pradyumna. And third, Tamas, or egotism in ignorance, from which sound vibration, Shabda Tanmatra, expands. From sound vibration, the sky, Akash, is manifested, and then the senses, beginning with the sense of hearing, are also manifested. Of these three types of egotism, Lord Sankarshan is the predominating deity. In the philosophical discourse known as Sakya Karika, it is stated, Sattvika, whatever. Again, very, very technical knowledge Mahaprabhu is giving to Sanatana Goswami. And Prabhupada gave further explanation from Srimad Bhagavatam. Sarva tattva mili srijil brahmandera gana ananta brahmand tara nahika gana. Combining all the different elements, the Supreme Lord created all the universes. Those universes are unlimited in number. There is no possibility of counting them. Supreme Lord created all the universes. These are unlimited number of material universes. And this material universes, the whole material energy, is just 1/3, 1/4 of the overall creation. Iho Mahata Shrishta Purusha Mahavishnu Nam Ananta Brahmanda Tara Loma Kupe Dham. The first form of Lord Vishnu is called Mahavishnu. He is the original creator of the total material energy. The innumerable universes emanate from the pores of his body. Gavakshe Udiya Yaiche Renu Ase Yaya Purusha Nishvasa Saha Brahmanda Bhairaya Punarapi Nishvasa Saha Yaya Abhyantara Ananta Aishwarya Tara Sab Maya Par. These universes are understood to be floating in the air that Mahavishnu exhales. They are like atomic particles that float in sunshine and pass through the holes of his screen. All these universes are thus created by the exhalation of Mahavishnu, and when Mahavishnu inhales, they re-enter his body. The unlimited opulences of Mahavishnu are completely beyond material conception. So, all these universes are floating in the air that Mahavishnu exhales, an unlimited number of material universes, and all of different sizes. In fact, if you remember that pastime of when Brahmaji went to see Krishna in Dwarka, Brahmaji was little proud of his position and his service. So he goes there, and Dwarpal stops him and asks him, "Who are you?" Brahma says, "What do you mean, who am I? I'm Brahma." So, okay, Dwarkadish will be, let me check with Dwarkadish, the Dwarpal says. So he goes inside, and Krishna sends a message. Which Brahma? Brahmaji said, what do you mean, which Brahma? I'm the only Brahma. I'm the four-headed Brahma, the first created being of this universe who created this universe. What do you mean, which Brahma? And then Krishna or Dwarkadhish, he calls Brahmajis from all the universes. And not only Brahmajis, the Indras and Shivas from all the universes. And if we consider the Brahmaji, four-headed Brahma was sitting as a lobby of an office, so they all came in that lobby. And then this our four-headed Brahma, he looked up and he saw Brahmas with 16 heads, 32 heads, 64 heads, millions of heads. Means those universes were much bigger compared to our universe, which has only four-headed Brahma. Because he needs only four heads to look all over the universe. But the universes which are bigger, they needed. Brahmaji needed more heads. And Brahmaji saw not just all Brahmas, Indras were there, Lord Shivas were there from all universes. And when Krishna came, they all paid obeisances to Krishna at the same time. And this Brahma, our Brahma, he was thinking he was like a rabbit in front of huge elephants. And then Krishna casually asks us, everything okay in your universe? Yes, 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 Lord. Everything is okay. Okay, and that's all I wanted to know. So he sends them back. But he wanted to show our Brahmaji the position. So we should know we are actually nothing. we might consider ourselves I'm this or I'm that. Even in this world, we are nothing. On this planet Earth, we are nothing. What to speak of among all the inhabitants of this universe, and what to speak of all the inhabitants of all the universes? We are nobodies. We just think we are somebody very special, very powerful. Nothing. Brahmaji is nobody, so who we are? And all these universes are what? They are just like atomic particles that float in sunshine and pass through the holes of a screen. What is our position? So in front of Brahmaji, we are nothing. So what to speak of in front of Mahavishnu? And then in front of Krishna, what is our position? This is what we have to understand. Yasyeka nishvasita kalamatavalambya jivanti loma vilaja jagadandana. Vishnur mahan sahya yasya kala vishesho govindam adi purusham tamaham. The Brahmas and other lords of the mundane worlds appear from the pores of Lord of Mahavishnu and remain alive for the duration of his one exhalation. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, of whom Mahavishnu is a portion of a plenary portion. So this is from Brahm Samhita. Samasta Brahmand Ganer Eho Antaryami Karano Dakshay Sab Jagate Rasvam. Mahavishnu is the super soul of all the universes, lying on the causal ocean or Karan Sagar. He is a master of all material worlds. We like to pray to Lord Shiva and Durga Ji because they are in charge of this material universe. Yes, they are in charge. So every universe, and Durga Ji is there because she is personification of material energy, and Lord Shiva is her husband. But maintainer is Kshirodaksha Vishnu of a given universe. But Mahavishnu is a master of all the material worlds, means all material universes. because they all come out from his body. Eita kahilu pratham purushera tattva, dvitiya purushera ebe shunah mahatva. I have thus explained the truth of the first personality of Godhead, Mahavishnu. I shall now explain the glories of the second personality of Godhead. Sai Purush Ananta Koti Brahmanda Srijiya, Ekaikya Murti Praveshila, Bahu Murti Haya. After creating the total number of universes, which are unlimited, Mahavishnu expanded himself into unlimited forms and entered into each universe. प्रवेश करिया देखे सब अंधकार रहिते नाहिक स्थान करीला विचार. When Mahavishnu entered each of the limitless universes, he saw that there was darkness all around and there was no place to stay. He therefore began to consider the situation. So there was darkness because there was no sun planet yet in the universe and no place to stay. It was all empty. Nij anga sweda jale brahmand ardha bharila. Sei jale shesha shayaya shayana karila. With the perspiration produced from his own body, the Lord filled half the universe with water. He then lay down on that water on the bed of Lord Shesha. So with his perspiration, he filled half the universe with water. And we know how big the universe is. The diameter is 4 billion miles. He filled half of it with his perspiration. And his perspiration is not like we perspire, stinking. No. His perspiration is also transcendental. Tar nabi padma haite uttila eka padma, sei padme haila brahmara janma sadma. A lotus flower then sprouted from the lotus navel of that Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. That lotus flower became Lord Brahma's birthplace. Sei padma nale haila choda bhuvana teho brahma haya srishti karila srijana. In the stem of that lotus flower, the 14 worlds were generated. Then he became Lord Brahma and manifested the entire universe. So he becomes Lord Brahma when there is no other living entity suitable to take that position. But it is said that in the stem of that lotus flower, the 14 worlds were generated. Means the prototype of this whole universe is kept in the stem, that lotus flower. So can you imagine how big that lotus flower and the stem of that lotus flower must be? And and Brahmaji does the creation outside that stem. Vishnu Rupa Haya Kare Jagat Palane Gunatita Vishnu Sparsha Nahi Maya Sane. In this way, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his form of Vishnu maintains the entire material world. Since he is always beyond the material qualities, the material nature cannot touch him. The influence of material energy cannot touch Lord Vishnu as she touches Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Therefore, it is said that Lord Vishnu is transcendental to the material qualities. The incarnations of the material qualities, Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma, are under the jurisdiction of the external energy. Lord Vishnu, however, is different. In the mantras of Rig Veda, it is said, Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam. The words Paramam Padam indicates that he is transcendental to the material qualities. Because Lord Vishnu is not within the jurisdiction of the material qualities, he is always superior to the living entities who are controlled by the material energy. So Lord Vishnu is not within the jurisdiction, and so he is always superior to living entities, us, who are controlled by the material energy. This is one of the differences between the Supreme Lord and the living entities. So when the Mayavadi says, you are God, I am God, we all are God, we have forgotten we are God. And when we forget we are God, then it means we are never God. And we are never going to become God. And God never forgets his position. He doesn't come under the under the sway of material energy. Lord Brahma is a very powerful living entity, and Lord Shiva is even more powerful. Therefore, Lord Shiva is not accepted as a living entity, but at the same time, he is not considered to be on the level of Lord Vishnu. Because he comes in contact with material energy. He doesn't come under the influence. Sometimes some things happen, that's a different story. But he doesn't come under, but he comes in contact. Lord Vishnu, however, never comes in contact with material energy. रुद्र रूप धारी करे जगत संहार सृष्टि स्थिति प्रलय है छाया यहार. The Supreme Lord, in his form of Rudra, Lord Shiva, brings about the dissolution of this material creation. In other words, only by his will are these creation, maintenance, and dissolution of the whole cosmic manifestation happens. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, tar gunavat, srishti, sriti, pralayara, tinera adhikar. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are his three incarnations of material qualities. Creation, maintenance, and destruction, respectively, are under the charge of these three personalities. Maintenance is the most difficult. Just like we can create something, it is difficult. It's not that easy. Just like a building. So we can create it, we can get it constructed, but to maintain it and operate it, that is the most difficult. To destroy it, it's even easier. Just destroy. So, since maintenance is the most difficult aspect, Lord Vishnu keeps it for himself. Hiranya Garbha Antaryami Garbo Dakshai Sahasra Shirshadi Kari Vede Jaregai. Garbho Daksha Vishnu, known within the universe as Hiranya Garbha and the Antaryami, or Super Soul, is glorified in the Vedic hymns, beginning with the hymn that starts with the word Sahasra Shirsha. There are different hymns. Eita Dvitiya Purusha Brahmandera Ishvara Mayara Ashray Hai Tabu Mayapa. This second personality of Godhead, known as Garbhodaksha Vishnu, is the master of each and every universe and the shelter of the external energy. Nonetheless, he remains beyond the touch of the external energy. So we can stop here, study the third Vishnu tomorrow. See anybody has any questions or comments.
वाकई में प्रभु जी मेंटेनेंस बहुत मुश्किल है. मानना और बिगाड़ना बहुत आसान है. ऐसे मेंटेन करना बहुत मुश्किल है किसी भी चीज का.
Yeah, so that's why he keeps it for himself.
Yeah. बनाना भी बहुत ठीक है, थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है, पर बिगाड़ना तो बहुत आसान है, लेकिन मेंटेन करना इज रियली नेक्स्ट इम्पॉसिबल.
Yeah.
Thank you, Babuji.
You all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.